Hey everyone, it's Carrie. Today's topic, I'm gonna make a lot of enemies. I know I will. It's men and sex. A topic that I know quite a bit on, considering in the last 4 years I have worked with over 100 men. I'm a previous sex addict. I have dated probably gone on about 35 dates in 4 years. That's about 10 dates a year. And I've had very in-depth conversations with a lot of men in regards to this subject, because I am kind of an open book and we'll talk about just about anything. So we're going to cover some of the things I've learned about men and sex. First, I'm going to tell you anything you want to hear to get laid. First and foremost, ladies, that's exactly the way it is. Now, men, I know I'm going to hit up some female things here in a moment, but just bear with me. Their primary objective anytime they meet a woman is sex. Okay? Plain and simply. They're not thinking that this is going to lead into a relationship or anything fabulous is going to come out of this. For them, it's the end goal is when and how am I going to get laid? And is she going to be any good in bedroom? Alright? That's, that's it. I have not found a man who really wants to get to know me. Okay? Um, Even if they do take any type of initial interest, it falls by the wayside. They just don't have the ability to, I'm going to put it, keep going or like to keep being interested in you as a person. So you know that they have a different goal in mind, which is completely just getting laid. And I also have found that, the quicker you have sex with them, the quicker they leave. So, I mean, yeah, you can say don't have sex with them and make them stick around. Oh, they're not going to stay in the long run. And if they're not having sex with you, they're out there having sex with somebody else, even though they're not telling you that. They're going to lie about it. I'm sorry. That's, I've discovered. They all make promises they won't keep. Okay, so they're going to say, yeah, let's go do this. Oh, sorry, busy. Yeah, let's go on a trip here. And then you'll never hear anything about that trip ever again. Or, yeah, let's plant a garden. For 12 years, you're going to wait, and every year they can't get their hands on a rototiller or something, on a tiller to till up the ground. There's going to be some excuse. Something is going to come up that they can't do it. But they're going to say things to keep your interest, hoping again they can get laid. And then if they get laid, they're for sure not going to show up or do anything. One night stands. That's all they want. They are hoping to invest as little amount of time as they have to get in your pants, sleep with you, and take off. Okay? It's very, very rare they want more than one time with you. Okay? If they do, it's going to be more like a friends with benefits kind of thing that, hey, let's hang out. I mean, here's a great friends with benefits story. Um, this friend I had that was a friend with benefits had talked some trash. She kind of got drunk, and one night, I mean, he had hung out with this other girl that he really, really, really liked. I knew he liked her, and I was hoping they'd hook up. Not because she's good for him. I think she's terrible for him. I mean, I do not. I would not be a good friend to her because I would call her out, and she's one of these really high and mighty, pristine women that is like, gimme, 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 gimme. She's got a great look, a terrific body, so she can pull it off. She can be a gold digger. And she's, constantly with guys and then dumping them and whatever. They're just never good enough. So he really liked this girl and just like, well, then go for it. You've been friends for a really long time, and trying to help him, and she was showing a massive interest in him till he tried to kiss her. And he came home that night and was like, well, I tried to kiss her and she pushed me away. Then she sent him a bunch of text messages telling him he was a jerk and no, they're just friends and blah, blah, blah. Even though she was like coming over to his place and hanging out, and he's watching her kid and all this stuff. She's totally using him. And still to this day, she does, because just the other night he went over and babysat. I'm like, yeah, she's using you because she knows you want to get in her pants and she's not giving it up. So she, uses men any way, she wants. And, but then he got mad at me. He goes, I only put the moves on her because you told me to. And I said, well, it's best you know. Either she was completely interested and she's going to go for it, or she's not and she's going to tell you so and she's not. She told you so. So you don't have to sit around and ponder this crap, forever. And he's not taking it very well. So then a couple days pass and then he gets drunk and he comes up to me and, we're having a regular conversation because we're just friends. And all of a sudden he looks at me and he's trying to humiliate me in front of these people that are watching that he knows. And he's doing all this really weird stuff to make me feel uncomfortable. Luckily, I'm the kind of person who can hide my discomfort. I just keep going. I keep just being me. Like, I'll put myself in a mind state of just be stupid. Pretend you don't know. Because if you pretend you don't know, it doesn't hurt. And just keep being you. Shine like the sun you are. And you can cry about it later. But you're not going to do it in front of these people or in front of him. So I keep going. And all of a sudden he's like, says really loudly, you need to find somebody else to talk to. I'm like, okay, and I just keep going on with conversation like I'm some, stupid blonde, that like the dumb blonde jokes. Don't take offensively if you're blonde. I'm thinking dumb blonde jokes, right? And so I'm acting like I'm just the dumbest person on earth and not getting anything he's saying here with this. And before I know it, we're sitting there, and then he's like threatening to do something to my car, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, now you're crossing a line. Like, what the heck, are you doing? So I kind of light into him a little bit, and let him kind of know, like, off to the sidelines, like, I get it, dude. I'm not stupid. You do something to my car, and we're gonna have a war. Okay, now you've crossed a line. Let's let it go. And we had been, having sex and stuff. Well, then all of a sudden he didn't want to have sex with me or anything. The day after that, he sends me a text. He says, hey, let's have sex. I'm like, wait a second. We were friends with benefits. And he goes, yeah. I go, hold on. You said you were going to do something to my vehicle. That is not something a friend would do to me. We are not friends. Therefore, no benefit. Quite literally, that's what I said. Again, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. It was just a joke. I really didn't mean it. And, so we did hook up again because truly this guy is just a friend with benefits. It's not like this is a relationship. So, then a couple days, pass, and he starts saying some stuff, but this time I call him out, and I go, you're being a douchebag. I says, just knock it off. I says, are you like, want people to know? I says, I'm fine with what we do in private, staying private. I says, but you don't have to act like you're insulting me and stuff. But what would happen is every time he hangs around with this girl, she picks on me. She's like, she's got that 80s hair, and she's old, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, there's a 10-year age difference in this, but who cares? It's a friends with benefits. It's not a relationship. Even though, friends with benefits, you can do things like holding hands, watching movies together, doing, cuddling, doing things like that. It's just as long as you remember this is not a relationship, but it's yet fulfilling that relationship need in a way so that you're not desperate to be with somebody. That's the whole purpose of friends with benefits in my book, okay? So he, pulls back, no affection, not being real friendly. It's just sex. Has me come over. So I go to his place and he kisses me and then we have sex. And then he just, bye, go, won't kiss me goodbye or anything. I go, what is wrong with you? And he goes, well, that's relationship stuff. I said, why did you kiss me when I got here? And he's like, well, because to get you, excited for sex. You're a dork. I go, then don't at all. I says, but I'm not going to be treated like some kind of tramp that just comes over. I said, this is going too far. We're not even friends. This is not what friends do. You don't treat your friend like this. So I was like, okay, I'm peacing out. This whole thing is over. And I realized every time he talked to her, he would treat me like I'm not even a 2-bit tramp. I wasn't even worth 2 bits. Okay, really awful. And then I realized it's because she was picking on me. So then he would see me in a different light. And when he wasn't around here for a while, I'm all of a sudden his best friend in the whole world. I was like, dude, no, I'm done with this. Like, I'm seriously done with this because you can't treat people that way and think there's any benefit at all. Either my friend or you're not. So, then, he crashes everything with her and kind of gets my point. He goes, oh, that was a dick move, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then he goes, look, come over and watch a movie. Let's watch a movie and have sex. He wants to do something nice with me. Okay, great. I get there, we watch about 2 minutes of this movie, we have sex, and he sends me home. I mean, there was no movie. So it's like, finally, I'm like, if that's all this is just sex. This is not friends with benefits. We are not doing anything friends do. We don't talk on the phone. We're not texting anymore. We don't watch movies. We don't talk, really. I mean, we don't do anything. That's friendly. It's just sex, dude. This is not friends with benefits. This is just the benefit. Like I'm some kind of whore that you call up, but you don't have to pay. Like you have some kind of free credit or something. So he didn't get it. He's out of the picture. I'm like douchebag city. But and so therefore, friends with benefits just isn't going to work for me anymore because the new generation does not understand the terminology. I don't think they understand what friends are, and I don't think they understand what benefits are when you combine them together. So, anyway, one night stands, and even for me, that's the best thing, a one night stand, because then you don't have to deal with all this drama crap that ends up coming up in the meantime. Um, Men who seemed dreamy eyed, that seem to be taking an interest in you and are looking you up and down, do not get it confused with love. They are in lust. They are thinking about having sex the entire time. Ladies, you have to push them and you have to test them and do not give them anything, not even a kiss on the first date, because trust me, all they want is sex. You will not hear from them again. Trust me. Trust me. Now, as I was saying, men lust. They're full of lust. Women, we want to love. Okay, we want to give our love and compassion, and kindness, and caring to somebody. Um, Men don't want to do that. They're just in lust. They want their sex, they want their cake, they want to eat it too, they go home, have sex with me and go home. Just like in the example I just gave you. When it comes to gold digging, that's on both sides. Okay, now men, here's where I can stand up for you. Um, Women who are giving you what you want or giving you nuggets of it are because they're like almost like a pool shark that say they don't know how to play pool. They're gonna just scam you, okay? So they're gonna give you little nuggets of their gold, and then boom, once they have you wrapped in, they're gonna take all their gold back and then some. Okay, they're gonna use sex and lust to get that and pretend that they're in love and they're not in love. Gold diggers, though, female gold diggers, they know the difference between love and lust. And when they see a man in lust, they're not going to waste their time. They see a man who could fall in love, they're going to attack. They're out for it. So watch out for them. Desperation. There are a lot of men that are suffering from a lack of self-esteem that will have sex with anybody out of desperation. They're usually your porn addicts. They sit around and watch porn, have to jack off all day long because they don't take care of themselves. They usually won't exercise or have, beer bellies and stuff like that. I'm sorry, guys, but they will hit you up and give you everything you want out of pure desperation because they want live sex. So watch out for that. Desire and passion versus logic and reason. That's the next thing. So, yes, there is desire and there is passion, which is lust. Then there's logic and reason, which is love. The two different things. Logically thinking about things, reasoning, is this person a good fit for me? That's love. You are gauging compatibility. You're not desperate, so you're going to wait it out. You're not just going to give into these men. Desire and passion is just a lust, a human natural instinct. Just, oh my gosh, they're so good looking, they have this great body, they might have some money, they have a great car, or whatever. I don't look at any of those things, but anyway, for a lot of people that will bring about lustful passion. I do want to know some pickup lines. I was sitting thinking the other day, what were some of the best pickup lines that men used on me to get in my pants? The only one I could think of was from back when I was 19 years old, and the guy said, "You have gorgeous lips, worth kissing." Things have to have progressed since then, so those of you guys, especially those of you who are offended, give me some good pickup lines that you would use just to get a woman to bang you. I want those in the comments. I really do, because I haven't heard. I don't go out, and I'm not on the hunt for anyone, so I don't get pickup lines. And even if I did, like, who's gonna pick me up? Seriously, it would probably be too freaking easy. You wouldn't have to use a pickup line. Anyone who knows that I was a sex addict would be like, "Let's just go have sex, gangster. Let's go." I know it's been a while. Okay. Let's see here. Be careful for those who will steal and break your heart. I call them my thief in the night. Usually your one-night standers that don't tell you it's going to be a one-night stand, that they want to hit it and quit it, but they make you feel like they're really super interested in you, and you give it up, and they've had to work for it a little bit, but then you never hear from them again. The thief. You walked off with your heart, and you're broken. Now, a question that I often get asked is, do women do this stuff? Because I'm referring to men. Yes. Yes, we do. I'm calling this men in sex because I deal with men. If this was women in sex, the same exact topics would come up, except a lot more would come up about money. Okay? What I have found with women in sex is women want security. They want comfort, they want compassion, they want somebody to talk to, that, type of thing. They want someone to take an interest in them, but they want money and security. Okay, so there's an extra added level to women in sex. I'm not saying men don't want money. Men want all kinds of free things too, but they're kind of wondering, where's the string attached to this? And they get nervous. Women, they're like, I don't care what the string attached to it is. I will snip it with my scissors. Just gimme. So be careful with that, men. That is a warning to you. And all I have to say is, for everybody, resist the urge. Resist it. Sex is not worth all of the work and the pain that it takes to get. Really get to know people. There's, so many STDs and stuff out there, and yes, a lot of them are curable. Well, there's some big ones that aren't, though. And once you're stuck with that, you're either passing it on to everybody, or you're labeled, or, it ruins your sex life. I've been very blessed. I've never gotten an STD. Every relationship I've been in, I end up going to the doctor and get tested because afterwards I'm worried, like, okay, because they all turn around to be douchebags and they're screwing half a dozen women. So I'm like, did they give me something? Oh my God. What now? So, luckily I have been tested many times. There's no herpes, no hepatitis, no HIV, none of that. I never even got the curable ones. So I was really, really blessed. Second husband, however, the doctor was concerned I might have syphilis, even though I didn't really have symptoms. And I guess it had something to do with an enlarged spleen at the time, and she was concerned, so they gave me a shot for it. It was like a 3-day thing I was supposed to do, but then on day 2, the test came back, and she's like, "No, you don't have it. Don't worry about it anymore." Great, okay. But with all the whores that my husband was messing around with, it wouldn't have surprised me. They were pretty skanky women. I've got videos of them, and there's some skank. So I should have known better, and I should have cut him off instead of wanting to rebuild the relationship because, oh, they were gold digger skank. It was kind of nasty. Yeah. I don't know. So, don't want that one back. The Bible phrase I came up with for this one is from 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 18. It says, "Flee from sexual immorality. All other sins a person commits are outside the body, but whoever sins sexually sins against their own body." Think about that. You are sinning against yourself. Yeah, I need to hear that because I'm a sex addict. I want to say former sex addict. I've fallen off the wagon a few times. It's kind of like, how do I describe it? Um, like, okay, an alcoholic that stops drinking and they do really good for a year or two, and then they're at that social function, they have a couple sips, the next thing you know, they're drunk as a skunk, and they drink for about a month, and then they rehab themselves again. Okay. Being a sex addict can be a little bit like that, and that's where I relate to men in sex as well, where I can say these things and be like, as a female, I'm just as guilty because as a sex addict, those are the things I do too. One night stands and making guys think, oh yeah, I'm in love with you. I'm not. I just want to bang you. That's me. Because I like that orgasmic high that, yeah, you can get it masturbating, but it's not as good until somebody's touching you. You know, that physical touch, like porn does nothing for me at all. I mean, that's how much sex I've had. So, like, it's like, ooh, yeah, ooh, I need the physical in order to actually feel stimulated at all anymore. But with that, when you're a sex addict and you fall off the wagon, for me, it's like I said, it's not porn. A lot of people refer to sex addiction as a porn addiction, masturbation. For me, it's actually physically having sex with people. And when you fall off that wagon, it's like it's because all of a sudden you see something and lust takes over. You sin against yourself, and you fall into it. And next thing you know, you're trying to do friends with benefits again, and then you have to eventually cut it all off. It's okay, just be celibate for a while, no masturbation, lustful thoughts about, when you look at somebody and you get a lustful thought, look away, look away, pretend that person does not exist. So it's like retraining yourself, stop shaving, so that you don't accidentally, your pants don't accidentally fall off. You're holding those things up with a vice grip because, like, no, haven't shaved, that ain't happening. I'm sorry, those are just things women, that have a sex addiction can take for tips, because it really does work. So, you fall off the wagon, you go back into your own personal rehab, and you forgive yourself and you keep going. So, but men and sex, women and sex, is it all that different? I'll be honest with you, from my experience, the only difference is gold diggers, but I am seeing in this day and age that men are just as bad at being gold diggers. Um, I've been scammed and conned out of up to $20,000. So men are really no different than women when it comes to wanting the money of somebody else. It's almost like people want your money more than they even want sex now. So I'm seeing that change in society. So keep yourselves all safe. If you're going to do it, wrap it. Okay? Both people, take care, get yourself tested. Sex is really nothing to play with. There's a lot of stuff out there that you got to be really, really careful. I've been blessed, but, and count your blessings if you have to, and try to control yourself. Okay, I love you. Bye.